Hello. Toblerone47 here. Welcome to my first ever video. Can't wait to get into this. In today's episode, I will be showing you how to play the Nomad. The Nomad game on Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. I've already got the settings set up. Just increase the difficulty. I just choose to go with Berbers. So it's a solid nation. Let's just jump straight in. Okay, so what we're going to be doing first. We want to be selecting an area, such as up here. Whilst down here, we're setting up a dock. And this will ensure we get as much food to get into the next stage as possible. As obviously in the first stage, the Dark Ages, that's what we want to be doing. We want to be making sure that we get into the next stage as soon as possible. And by having docks, that enables us to do that a little bit quicker. So now you may see I'm starting to build some houses. Just help as soon as our TC is completed. Obviously we're not faffing around with our villages to create housing. And also by the docks we can see we've got some shoreline fish which we can use our villager down here to collect. Okay, so we just collect that. We're going to have commands also for as soon as this TC is completed, they will carry out that. Obviously we want to get on food as soon as possible. This here is what I love to do. Get a villager and then get loom as quick as possible. Because especially in an online match, you don't know when you might get attacked by perhaps other enemy villagers or later on in the game. So just best to make sure we get loom out of the way as soon as possible. We've always got people on food to make sure we continue producing villagers, but also we need to get this wood up so we can start making fishing ships on the dock. Let's get some more on the food. Enemyville coming to scout us out. Just try and snipe that villager. Lucky to do so. We've nicked a boss right from underneath us, but that shows they are very close to us. Very close. But we've got plenty of food. Yes, it is annoying that they've nicked our boar, of course, but it is what it is. Plenty on food now. We've still got the deer over here, we've got the berry bushes, and even more deer over here. Right, now we're ready. Ready for the fishing boats. Oh, the boar's even come back. Boar's obviously killed the villager. I'll make sure we kill the villager this time. Oh, very unlucky there. Go, lovely. Okay, we're off and away here now. What we want to be making sure of is that the villagers coming out of the town centre, it's like a constant flow. We want to be making sure we have as many as possible. Ready for another fishing ship. So keep an eye on the villager count at the top. To make sure you have a constant flow, you need to make sure you have enough population space. Obviously if you're playing with a civilization like the Hun, you won't need to worry about this, but I've chosen the Berbers because obviously it covers the need to build houses, so definitely relevant.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got lots of people on the wood line now. This is brilliant. Soon what we're going to do is we're going to set up another dock nearer towards our base. This is obviously one that we can have more of a closer eye on. But also it means we can have the fish down here and also the fish up here as well. And because we don't know if there's going to be anyone challenging us for the fish up here, or perhaps even down here, but for the time being it looks like it's uncontested, but we just don't know at the moment, so... Of course there's many ways for a Nomad game to be played, this is just my take on it. Just make sure we've got that wood available. Now make sure we keep on getting that wood. Now, what I find useful is scouting with the fishing ship to ensure that later on your fishing ships don't become idle. Because that is a very big problem I have found. Okay, let's get a lumber camp going. You may see I've not built a lumber camp instantly, because I want to be ensuring that I've got enough wood to continue building these fishing ships. Obviously I've stumped a bit here. I mean, I've cocked up really, and because really I was just saying about how we need to keep on top of the houses, but hey ho, we'll make it all right. As we see, we've nearly got enough food for the next stage. Oh, we've got houses nearby. Right. We found the food here. That's good. Okay, we'll worry about gold a little bit later, but for now, let's just ensure. Oh, let's click up to the next stage. Probably quite a wise thing to do. Now, the advantage of this is obviously we can't produce villagers as we're going up the ages, but we can push forward with docks, with fishing ships. Got to be very cautious of this. This is quite a big threat. Let's get a mining camp up. In fact, it may even be worth just building an outpost. Always good just to check what you have, what the threat is. We've got a nice big force growing here. Let's just try and make sure there's a decent enough border between us and them. Obviously with the AI, they start to spawn. You just need to get little taps on this, just to make sure they don't come through. Next stage. Oh, I've done it again. And we're using these houses as a wall, essentially. That's an important factor. That's happening. Okay, housing building up now. Again, we're going to use that scouting technique, make sure we know what is available. Oh, we've even got red here as well, how nice of them. Oh, some building right in our territory, okay. I think it's time for another dock. Not only can we make new fishing ships out of this, but we can ensure we have an even greater flow. Let's try and get this off as soon as possible. Don't worry about using stone or whatnot, we just need to make sure we are separated from them. Obviously this won't do it fully, because as you can see the ice will prevent us from doing so. The market will help for trading later on, if we need to do so. Now, with sheep it is important to make sure we keep lots of villagers on at any one time, because the food does decay after a while. Now, close to our base, we know we have a general idea of where the enemy could be. Now. So continue here. In fact, let's try and get off as much as we can. Oh, we can build on ice on this. Okay. So let me know if that's a new feature on. Okay. We know where our enemies lie now. This is perfect. Get this up. Make sure we have an advantage here. Might as well click some. Whilst we've got the time, we get buildings up. Military buildings. This tower will go up, and this will block any attacks from this general direction. Just make sure no one else tries to rival our waters. This is very important. This is to ensure that we get a steady supply of food coming in. Not only that, but better than everyone else. As you can see, we're now top of the leaderboard. That's where we want to remain. Our fishing ships have scouted out the yellow team. You can see the red teams up here and also the green. It's very compact. Yet we know we've got to the northeast available for us to build in. Let's try and get the material to get our next town centre up. And also, silly me, but we need to get the stone also. Get further range. Can never be too sure. Obviously I'm not the greatest player, but these are the steps that I would take, no matter what skill level you are. So let's start up a new TC and increase production, ensuring we get techs, such as wheelbarrow, which will help us collect more resources faster and more. There we go. Nice snipe from our watchtower here. Yeah, it seems, for whatever reason, the AI has decided not to build a navy and capitalise on all this fishing. Yeah, the AI can make some very bizarre decisions, as we have just seen here. TC's coming along very nicely. Should be completed soon. There we go. Now, with Berbers, it is a very cavalry-based civilization. So we're going to be keeping the balance between the workers on food and the workers on wood, more orientated towards the food side of things. So you can see more food availability up here. Okay. The fire galley here is causing some trouble for the opposition, as we can see. All is well. Okay. Just make sure we're not getting attacked from anywhere. Potential threat here. Okay. A perfect counter to something such as this would be to build an archery range. Obviously, currently I can't see any backup. Obviously we saw the archers earlier, but the AI has clearly decided that doesn't work, and they've moved on. Okay, a castle push can be very effective. So we're going to make sure we have enough stone to build one. Also, relics can be a large part of going into late game. So we're going to make sure we're well prepared for that. Also going to restrict where they can build. Ooh. Red trying to push on that side. Interesting. Very interesting technique. Get that, because our special unit will benefit largely from this. Okay. No more food needed. Of course, I was showing future videos, I'm sure, that we can't always just sit back. They do occasionally attack. Let's just make some cheap units for now. Some cheap defensive units. Of course, we've got enough to create a castle. And we just need to make sure we pick the suitable area for such a thing. Okay. Might as well make use of this villager. Quite a lot of idols here. Need to make sure they're always on the go. Might as well fit him. Yeah. Imperial Age. Okay. I do like to keep my population for villages around the 85 mark. So we'll be fast approaching that. More villages on food, I think. And then we will produce produce a cavalry. Enemy Aztec villages. Okay, small armies coming up very nicely. We'll just help disperse some of these red villages. There we go, target any weak villages that they may have. This can be very effective. We don't really want them to push, so we can just put them on defensive and they'll just make sure such attacks are stopped, prevented. Oh, we've got a military presence there. Ooh, can't quite fit that in. But there we go, there we go. Nice little position for a castle. Make sure that's built very quickly. And we can focus on our cavalry now. Of course, if this was to attack, we'd probably suffer some casualties, but of course that's not how the AI works. It is being used purely as a scout. Nothing more. The people fight back. Would you believe? I mean, you wouldn't believe it during this game, but oh, some units not on defensive. Okay, that should not be a threat as such, because we can now murder holes and ballistics. I love using these. They can be very effective. Okay, let's go back. Ensure we get a lot more. A lot more production of on the food. Move these out. More on gold. Bit of gold doesn't hurt, of course. Oh, got enemy attacking us here. Important to keep on top of any upgrades, of course. Might help us to patch up this wall again. Actually, we'll just whack in a gate. Any upgrades that you can get, especially in the blacksmith and such, can be very beneficial. This can happen when you call in the town centre. Just collect.
Azul.
Okay, we're coming to the end of this food availability. So what we're going to do is we're going to build fish traps around our docks. that will just ensure we have a constant stream still coming in. So it's coming on very nicely. No threats whatsoever.
Lạc món mà.
Just get a bit of chemistry. Now, we will be increasing production, so more stables will be required. Whereas they can be done with whatever military building you require, or choose. Just going to clear out a bit of land here. We don't need all that wood. So we could either use some of that wood to obviously get a bit more gold, using the market, shift, and then let's get some more gold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely jubbly. Got an enemy attack. Where is that unit? Oh, that unit might have been destroyed. However, having a dock like there can be used as a bit of a backup. It's in a sacrificial fishing ship. Throw them off course whilst we build up a navy. And then we're going to go for the kill on green.
Yeah,
use as much of the natural available woodland, food available. So we've got the ibex, we've got the boars, we've got the berry bushes. This can be great to use. Let's ensure we've got this army constantly prepared for any encounters. I like having so many productions. Let's try and snipe it. Yeah, I was not expecting that, I can tell you. Just gonna wait for that. In situations like this, the AI is dead really. It's, I can't comprehend what's going on. It's having a heart attack right now, the AI. I'm gonna feel sorry for it really, but in truth, it's lost the plot, the AI. How are they supposed to cope with such attacks? Enemy castle trying to be built? Don't think so. Shrubs on that. Let's try and get their villagers. All is going well, I'll tell you. So now I've defeated we've defeated the Greens. Prevented them putting up this castle. Oh my word, they are going heavily on their navy. Let's try and prevent that from happening. Try and force red back.
Azul, Aklioro have. Tabernate. Tabernate, Lequamar. Tabernate.
Oh, red have gone as well. Being attacked in the docks. Not good. I may see there may be a bit of opposition in green. The rest have fallen with ease. Oh, the same can't be said about yellow, yet we don't really know much about them. We've not really scouted much. Obviously we just know their shoreline from our docks. Ooh, let's just try and get whatever we can.
E.
Now we are in a lot stronger position than yellow. Also, we've got a massive army that we have constructed. We've constantly supplied it. Remember, we can always go back to our market, sell any resources that we don't really need to construct our army, such as wood. In this instance, it's not really required. Maybe an attack up here. Ooh. They are trying to attack us, it may seem. Right. Town centre here. I spotted it earlier. Just wanted to make sure we had a bit bigger forces before we decide to push. Alright, they've got a lot of cavalry, which means we're going to be producing a lot more heavy camels to counter this. This heavy camel is perfect counter. This is why I like Berbers, because they can have... Oh, trying to push that. Not a fan of that. Ooh, don't think so, probably. They're getting nowhere there. Nowhere, anywhere quick, I tell you. I can tell you that for fact. They're on the back foot. They are on the back foot. Let's move in here. Making sure we get as much as we can in terms of gold.
Azul.
Ooh, okay. Oh wow, we are. Right, let's just regroup our units. Let's try and get any stragglers. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. It's okay. We are ready to push towards their main TC now.
Azul.
Azul. Abbenay.
They will hold their own just sat here, I'm sure. Oh dearie me. This whole eco's disappearing here. Oh bloody hell. Not good. Let's get that away. Let's rush straight in. It's going to be quite risky, especially with their naval support. However, we have got... It's not the end of the world of these fishing traps going down, of course, because we made sure early on in the game we had as much as possible in terms of the collection of food. And we are absolutely ravaging their base now. On to the next TC. Okay. Oh wow, we have got a large force that has simply just been forgot about. They have focused heavily on the navy. Yeah, silly mistake when we're really pushing through the centre of their base. Yes, the navy would help with us as well, but I'm going to show you it's a lot more beneficial us actually attacking their base rather than them trying to support a non-existent army. We are everywhere in their base, and there we go. We have the victory. Ooh, great game there. Great Nomad. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh, we could have gone on into the outside here and even collected all the food here. But it worked brilliantly controlling the centre here. We made sure. Obviously, yellow took us out earlier on. But if we just look. Yeah, yellow was in tatters here. We focused all our units on the centre of their base, ignored what navy they had, because they'd obviously focused very heavily on this navy, without producing any counter units for the incoming army, even though they've got a lot of military buildings. But hey, that's what it is. This is the AI. I may produce a video showing a harder AI even, God, because this is on hard, which isn't, well, this is a bit ironic me saying it's not the hardest, but in reality it's not that bad. Yeah, dominated. Nearly everything apart from they had a lot of relics. Yeah, that was great. And there we go, that's my first ever video done, guys. That's a great Nomad game. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel. Like the video, of course. Comment below if you would change anything in particular, or thank you very much, guys.